Last year, 7:30 revealed the Salvation Army's plans to open a commercial law firm in Sydney CBD. Now we can report that the new firm's up and running and already taking business away from some of its big corporate cousins. Salvo's Legal charges market rates for its specialty legal services, with profits channelled straight back into the Salvo's free legal program for society's most needy. Rebecca Bailey reports.
On the doorstep of Sydney's big end of town, solicitor Luke Geary's arriving for work. But this is a commercial law firm with a difference.
I can't say how amazing it is to work in a place where there is such passion for everything that gets done.
Run by the Salvation Army, Salvo's Legal employs 5 full-time lawyers and has around 90 volunteers.
If you're buying or selling a house, need a will done, or if you're in business and you need someone to help you with a contract or a transaction, just come to us as a client. We'll give you a first-class service.
While the firm charges competitive rates, unlike its corporate counterparts, Salvo's Legal is not for profit.
You mind if I sit down and we'll go through the issues?
All proceeds are used to fund the Salvation Army's pro bono legal service.
It's the most exciting new initiative of the Salvation Army in Australia for 130 years since we began.
They're in contact with people in serious need of help. The down and out, the homeless, the addicted, the people who live on the streets, their families. These are people who are often overlooked.
Justice Kevin Bell of the Victorian Supreme Court says there's a desperate need for more humanitarian legal services which don't draw on the public purse.
The idea of harvesting another source of money, not a single dollar of existing legal aid funding will be consumed by this new form of legal delivery, is a seriously interesting innovation.
When you match legal services with the Salvo's brand, the first thing that you think about is, I'm in good hands.
Nick Collishaw is the managing director of Mirvac, one of the biggest property developers in Australia. Mirvac has already taken some of its conveyancing and contract work away from the big law firms to Salvo's Legal.
It is certainly a win-win outcome. It's a good way of showing how you can actually partner with community-based organisations and people providing social services without actually adding cost to your business.
Doing business ethically is a modern idea. We see that in the environmental movement. We see it in other areas. This is an example of that kind of triple bottom line being applied in the law. That's new.
I knew I could count on you.
Good to see you again, Laurie.
Last year, the 7:30 report told the story of the Salvo's fledgling pro bono service, Courtyard Legal, being run out of a church hall in Sydney's southwest.
Thank you.
Good.
For everything.
You're welcome.
Back then, Luke Geary and the other volunteer lawyers had conducted 750 cases at no cost to their clients. Now the service has expanded to 5 suburbs and its workload has increased exponentially.
In just over 18 months, we've been able to run a little over 2,000 more cases for free. It's incredible.
When I first met Luke, my life had spiralled out of control. I'd been in domestic violence for 10 years. It was a really dark period of my life and I thought I had no rights.
Now a volunteer for the Salvation Army, Belinda White was Luke Geary's first client at its humanitarian legal service.
She had had a hard history with men and she wasn't in a state to be in the same room as I was because I was a male.
First, Luke Geary resolved a housing matter for Belinda White. Then he got her out of jail.
There was an assault charge and that was a direct result of being in domestic violence. I was facing 3 to 7 years jail over that, but because of the support that Luke gave me and the hard work that I've done myself, I've managed to totally change my life.
As well as new legal centres being established across 2 states, the Salvation Army top brass has announced plans for a new service hub in Goodna, in Queensland's southeast. one of the worst-hit suburbs in the recent flood disaster.
As more and more hear about Salvos Legal and what Salvos Legal is doing, more and more of the big corporations in Australia will get behind us.
For Belinda White, her transformation from someone who couldn't bear to be in the same room as a male to someone who plans to study law is all thanks to the Salvos.
I have broken the cycle and changed my life. They believed in me before I believed in myself. It makes me feel amazing. I'm really happy that I can give back because they have done so much for me.
Good on her. Rebecca Bailey with that report. And the full interview with Justice Kevin Bell of the Victorian Supreme Court can be viewed on the 7:30 website.